Hi everyone, welcome to today's lecture. Let us continue about immunity. Every day we are exposed to large number of infectious agents, but only few of them results in disease. Do you know why? This is the body is able to defend itself most of the foreign agents, and this overall ability of the host to fight the disease causing organisms which is confirmed by immune system is called immunity. Immunity is of two types, innate immunity and acquired immunity. Innate immunity is a non-specific type of defense. This means innate responses against any threat like physical barriers and phagocytosis. It is present at the time of birth. Innate immunity consists of four types of barriers. These are physical barriers, physiological barriers, cellular barriers, and cytokine barriers. Physical barrier. The skin which is present in our body is the main carrier which prevents the entry of microorganisms. Mucus coating on the epithelium lining the respiratory tract, gastrointestinal tract, and urogenital tract also help in trapping microbes entering our body. The second barrier is physiological barrier. The acid in the stomach, saliva in the mouth, and tear from eyes all prevent microbial growth. Cellular barriers. Certain types of white blood cells which are present in your body like neutrophils, monocytes, and natural killer cells in the blood as well as macrophages in the tissue can find and destroy microbes. In the blood, red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets are present. White blood cells, which are also called as leukocytes, are of five different types: monocytes, lymphocytes, eosinophils, basophils, and neutrophils. Lymphocytes are of three types: B cells, T cells, and natural killer cells. The natural killer cells is a cellular barriers. The last barrier is cytokine barriers. Virus infected cells secrete proteins called interferons which protect non-infected cells from further viral infection. Next we shall move on to acquired immunity. Acquired immunity is pathogen specific. Specific defense are tailored responses developed over time like antibodies that target specific pathogens. This immunity is characterized by memory. This means when our body encounters a pathogen for the first time, it produces a response which is called as primary response, which is of low intensity. The subsequent encounter with the same antigen give rise to a secondary response. The body appears to have memory of the first encounter. The primary and secondary immune responses are carried out with the help of two special types of lymphocytes, B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. The B lymphocytes produces a protein in response to pathogens to fight against them. These proteins are called antibodies. The T cells themselves do not secrete antibody but help B cells to produce them. This is the diagrammatic representation of antibody. In this you can see the antibody has 4 peptide chain, 2 light chain and 2 heavy chains. They are called heavy because of the molecular weight. The heavy chain has a molecular weight of 50,000 Dalton and light chain has a molecular weight of 25,000 Dalton. Because of a too light chain and too heavy chain, it is represented as H2L2. The antigen binding site is present on the antibody, which is called as paratope. To this binding site, the antigen or foreign substances binds to this site. There are 5 different types of antibodies which are produced in our body. They are IgG, IgA, IgM, IgD and IgE. Acquired immune responses is further divided into 2 types. They are humoral immune response and cell mediated response. The antibodies which are found in the blood, the response is called as humoral immune response. The second type is cell mediated immune response or cell mediated immunity. The T lymphocytes mediate cell mediated immunity. Next, we will move on to the active and passive immunity. Active immunity occurs when the body's own immune system produces antibodies in response to an antigen or a foreign substance, either through natural exposure or vaccination. This active immunity is slow. For example, the person recovering from chickenpox, where body develops a lifelong immunity against the virus. The another example is vaccination, where the body is exposed to a weakened or inactive version of a pathogen, triggering an immune response and memory cells that provide protection against future infection. When ready-made antibodies are directly given to protect the body against foreign agents, it is called as passive immunity. For example, a newborn baby receiving antibodies from its mother through a placenta. IgG is the antibody which is transferred from mother to its fetus, and the breast milk contains the IgA antibody during initial days of lactation. Now we will talk about vaccination and immunization. Do you think vaccination and immunization both are same? No, they are not the same. Vaccination and immunization are not exactly the same, though they are closely related. Vaccination is the process of administering a vaccine, while immunization is a broader process of becoming resistant to a disease, often through vaccination. The principle of immunization and vaccination is based on the property of memory of the immune system. In vaccination, a preparation of antigenic proteins of a pathogen are inactivated or weakened pathogen are introduced into the body. The antibodies are produced against these antigens inside the body, which neutralize the pathogens. During actual infection, the vaccines can also generate a memory. B and T cells recognize the pathogen quickly on subsequent exposure, produces antibodies against those pathogens. If a person is infected with some deadly microbes to which quick immune response is required, as in tetanus, we need to directly inject the preformed antibodies. And even in cases of snake bites, the injection which is given to the patients contain preformed antibodies against the snake venom. This type of immunization is called as passive immunization. Next, we shall discuss about allergy. Allergy occurs when a person's immune system reacts to substances in the environment that are harmless to most people. These substances are known as allergens and are found in dust, mites, pests, pollen, insects, foods, and drugs. Allergy. The allergy is a exaggerated response of the immune system to certain substances which are present in the environment. The antibodies produced during allergy is IgE type. The symptoms of allergic reactions include sneezing, watery eyes, running nose, and difficulty in breathing. Allergy is mainly due to the release of chemicals like histamine and serotonin from the mast cells. Symptoms of allergy can be reduced by using drugs like antihistamine, adrenaline. In modern day lifestyle, people results in lowering of immunity and become more sensitive to allergens and suffer from allergies and asthma due to sensitivity to the environment. Now we shall discuss about autoimmunity. You already know what is immunity means. The immune system is designed to defend the body against the pathogenic organisms like bacteria and viruses. It does this by identifying and attacking harmful substances. But in autoimmunity, the immune system loses its ability to distinguish between self and non-self. Self means body's own tissues and cells, and non-self are the foreign substances. In autoimmunity, the immune system starts attacking the body's own cells and tissues as if they are foreign. Autoimmunity refers to a condition where the immune system mistakenly attacks the body's own tissues, leading to a variety of autoimmune diseases. The development of autoimmunity is influenced by both genetic and environmental factors. Certain genetic factors can increase an individual's susceptibility to developing autoimmunity. Factors and environmental factors such as infections, exposure to certain chemicals or drugs can also trigger autoimmune responses. An example for autoimmune diseases is rheumatoid arthritis. Now we shall move on to last topic in immunity, that is immune system in the body. The human immune system consists of lymphoid organs, tissues, cells, and molecules like antibodies. Immune system also plays an important role in allergic reactions, autoimmune diseases, and organ transplantation. Organ transplantation is the only remedy to enable the patient to live a normal life. The organs cannot be taken from any other sources like an animal or another primate or any other human bodies, because the graft or the transplants would be rejected soon. Before transplantation, the tissue matching, blood group matching are essential before undertaking any transplant or graft, and even after this the patient has to take immunosuppressant, for example cyclosporin A, throughout his life. The body is able to differentiate self and non-self, and the cell-mediated immune response is responsible for the graft rejection. Lymphoid organs are of two types, that is primary lymphoid organs and secondary lymphoid organs. Thymus and bone marrow are the primary lymphoid organs. The secondary lymphoid organs are spleen, lymph node, tonsils, Peyer's patches of small intestine and appendix. Lymphoid organs are the specialized tissues where lymphocytes develop and are activated. Lymphocytes is a type of white blood cells. Lymphoid organs are of two types, primary lymphoid organs and secondary lymphoid organs. Primary lymphoid organs are responsible for the production and maturation of immune cells. Secondary lymphoid organs are the sites where lymphocytes encounter antigens, leading to the activation and differentiation of immune cells. Lymphoid organs monitor for pathogens and other foreign substances, alerting the immune system when necessary. In the primary lymphoid organs, the immature lymphocytes differentiate into antigen-sensitive lymphocytes. Antigen-sensitive lymphocytes are white blood cells that are exposed to an antigen and have developed a specific immune response to a particular antigen. After maturation, the lymphocytes migrate to the secondary lymphoid organs like spleen, lymph nodes, tonsils, Peyer's patches of small intestine, and appendix. The secondary lymphoid organs provides the site for the interaction of lymphocytes with the antigen, which then proliferate to become effector cells. Bone marrow is the secondary lymphoid organs. In the bone marrow, both B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes are initially produced, but the B cells also mature in bone marrow, while T cells migrate to the thymus to complete their maturation. B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes mature to develop the ability to recognize the antigens and respond to that specific antigens, becoming an immunocompetent. Immunocompetent means it is the ability to produce a normal immune response following exposure to an antigen. Competent is the ability to produce a normal immune responses when it is exposed to an antigen. Another secondary lymphoid organ is spleen. Spleen is a large bean-shaped organ. It mainly contains lymphocytes and phagocytes. It traps blood-borne microorganisms. Lymph nodes are the small solid structures which are located at different points in the lymphatic system. These nodes serve to trap the microorganisms. The antigens get trapped in the lymph nodes, which are responsible for the activation of lymphocytes and cause the immune response. Another lymphoid tissue is also located within the lining of the major tracts such as the respiratory tracts, digestive tracts, and urogenital tracts. These are called as mucosa associated lymphoid tissue, MALT. In the human body, this tissue constitutes about 50% of the lymphoid tissue. Mucosa associated lymphoid tissue protects mucosal surfaces from infection inducing immune responses, and promote immune tolerance. In the next class, we shall discuss about AIDS and cancer. Thank you.